guys, today I am here to do a review of Through the Woods by Emily Carroll. It's a beautiful book. It is quite a short book, but it's a very popular one. I saw it going around BookTube so much last year during Halloween. So many people read it and so many people loved it. And I got it for Christmas last year, so I finally read it and I really liked it. But I do have a couple of things to say. I mean, I wasn't like super in love with it, but I really liked it. I know that Ariel loved it from Ariel Bissett. She raved about it and loved it so much. And I was just so intrigued, so I really wanted it, and oh my god, thankfully I got it for Christmas. So I have my own opinions now, and can we just appreciate how gorgeous this book is? Please. Simply notice the detail in the cover. There is a wolf here. A creepy looking wolf looking at the little girl in blue running from the house, and there's branches literally branching out to grab her. There's another one here and like here, and it's just, oh my god. And I'm not sure if the camera can really pick up the texture here, but you can actually feel it. It looks really beautiful, and it's just such a well done book. So it is a great quality book. I love it when books are just really well done, and you can see that they put love into the design of it. And the illustrations inside are gorgeous. Here are some couple of illustrations that you can see. Don't worry, they are not spoilery things. It's just a couple of the beginnings of the stories. Through the Woods is a collection of 5 short, scary stories. You can see it in the table of contents, which is also gorgeously designed. And when I first picked it up, I was at the bookstore and I read the introduction, and I was so intrigued by it because it wasn't scary, but it had like that dark undertone that makes you think, something's off, and it's creepy, and it feels so cool and awesome, and I was so excited. And then once I actually started reading it, I expected that the creepy undertone would keep flowing through the whole book, and it didn't. It wasn't scary at all. And I also feel like it took me quite a while to actually get used to the style of Emily Carroll, because you get the whole setup for the story and it is creepy in a certain way, you know, like gory or whatever, and it's like, oh, so mysterious, like what's going on? But then she's like at this point of the story where it's like, oh, whoa, and then she just ends it. She just ends it. So you get absolutely no explanation as to why the creepy things happen, and I was like, I can see why it could be considered scary, but I feel like it's for a much younger audience, you know, when you're like, and then the monster came out of the closet, boom, and that's where the story ends. Good night, kids, good night. I expected a lot more out of it, like the explanation as to why this, that, and I do feel like that can be more creepier, you know, to like know that there's a dark power out there, or that this happened, or some evil possessing the land, or whatever, than just cutting it there. Because not knowing what's happening can be scary in its own way, but I don't feel like it worked in here. I just felt like all the stories were being cut short. Actually, the last 2 stories I enjoyed a lot more because I already knew what to expect, and I knew that they would be cut off early, so I kind of got mentally prepared for them and enjoyed them for what they were, which is a very short story, and I allowed myself to be more taken away by the stories, and they were cool, they were cute. But honestly, what really did it for me was the illustrations. I appreciated every single frame that she did, everything that changed, everything that stayed the same, because I feel like you can go really quickly through a graphic novel and you're like, oh, done! But you gotta think about the artist, man. That took him a while to make, and he poured love into it. So I just went through every single frame, and it was like eye porn. It was so beautiful to see eyegasms all the way through this book. Also, the illustrations weren't the same, even though you could tell that Emily Carroll was the one making them, you know. And there's a style that stays throughout the whole book. Each story was slightly different than the other. The characters were differently done. Everything, the visuals, the colors, there was a color scheme for every story. And I just thought it was so beautiful and so gorgeous and so well done. And I'm just very impressed with Emily Carroll as an illustrator. As a storyteller, though, I don't know. I don't think they were bad. I just think that this style didn't sit that well with me. So, yeah. I believe I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. 1 star less because of the, you know, I didn't get really spooked, and it was what I was expecting. So I do believe, I highly recommend it. I do recommend it a lot, but it's not really for a scary, spooky thing. And I read it at night, and it still didn't spook me. So maybe it's just because I'm not an easily scared person. I'm not. But if you want a beautiful book with beautiful illustrations and it's just so well done, it will look gorgeous on your shelf, I have it on display on my top shelf, then I highly recommend this for you. I just can't stop looking at it because it's so beautiful. And those were my thoughts on Through the Woods. I am definitely now a fan of Emily Carroll, and I'm looking forward to reading more of her work and seeing what else has she collaborated in and whatnot. And yeah, that's it for today. Let me know in the comment section if you have it, if you read it, if you liked it, didn't like it, if you plan on reading it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!